Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Rose Wright or Lolo Rose Wright. Thank you for watching this video. If you don't know who I am, I do make episode tutorials. I have been dipping my toes in some anti-MLM content, so if that interests you, um, check them out. Um, I also will be dipping my toes into some other things as well, but mostly I do episode tutorials. In this tutorial, we will be talking about how to do a Q&A for your readers. I have been getting several DMs about it, and I'm going to try my best to make it as crystal clear as I can. So please um, bear with me on this one. Um, I do have a video on how to make a basic dress up game and things like that because that's kind of how it is and how to make choices. If you need help with how to make choices and how to make like a dress up game or do gym choices, I do have videos on that I will link in my description box. So take a peek at those um, because I think they're actually very useful. So the first thing that I'm going to do is have my background. You choose whatever background you like. The background that I chose is this one that I have. Obviously use whatever background makes sense for your story. So the next thing that I'm going to do is create a label. I do have, oh, let me uncapitalize that. I do have a video all about labels, what are labels used for, and things. So if you don't know anything about labels and you're really confused on how to use labels and what are they good for, please check that out. I will actually link that one in the description as well. So I'm going to name this one Q and A. Okay, real simple. So just like any other thing when we're creating choices, you need to have dialogue before the choice. So I'm going to put narrator, or if you're the type to have a character that comes out and talk to the readers at the end, you can instead of narrator put the name of your character and have them speak. But I'm not going to do all of that. I'm just going to keep it simple and just do narrator. And I'm going to say, what questions would you like to ask? And then that's how we're going to get into our choice. Remember, that's how we do that. We're going to put in, let me put choice. Sometimes if you notice it's not working, sometimes you have to press enter a couple times. So it's not too close to this. That's what I've noticed. In case you're not, in case you're seeing an error, probably need to make sure the choice is a little bit lower. So the first thing I'm going to do is give my first choice slash question. In this question, I think I wanted to ask, frequently asked question. Let's do how often will you update? I feel like that's a pretty popular question. And then I'm going to open up that bracket, remember, and then I'm going to put narrator. Since I'm having someone, oh, hold on. Spelling error. Since I'm having someone speak for me, I need to make sure I'm entering that dialogue. Don't just put the answer because you're going to get a bunch of errors. Make sure you are putting in who's speaking if you're having someone speak for this Q&A. So I'm going to put narrator and I'm going to answer the question. So how often will you update? I will update. Let's do every Friday. Check. Hold on. Insta for more updates. Sorry for all the spelling errors I'm doing today. And then I'm going to click go to finished. Or, yeah, finished. And then I'm going to close this bracket. And you're going to see why I put finished in just a moment and why that's necessary. And then I'm going to do my second question. What's a popular one? Let's do, can we change our characters' names? And then I'm going to do, remember, I'm going to open up that bracket. I'm going to put narrator because that's who's speaking. And then I'm going to put sorry. Let's do no, I'm sorry. Her name is important to the story. I don't know. Let's do that. And then I'm going to press enter, and then I'm going to click go to finished, right? And then I'm going to close that bracket. And then let's do one more. Let's do choices matter? I don't know. Why not, right? I'm going to open up that bracket once more. Let's do choices don't matter at this time. And then I'm going to I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to click go to finished and closing that bracket. Okay, so now that's pretty much what I'm going to do for my Q&A. So I have how often will you update, can we change our characters' names, and do choices matter? Those are my 3 questions. You can definitely add more, you can add less if that's what you want to do. This is just a basic Q&A for me. Some people do tappable overlays. I do have a video on tappable overlays, by the way. So that's just quick, basic 1, 2, 3 type of thing. So now I'm going to create my other label, which is called finished. And the reason why I did that is so when people, after they get done reading reading that answer, they go straight to the ending just in case they're finished. If they're not finished, they can go back to the Q&A and find out answers to more questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put narrator because remember you need to have dialogue before the choice. I'm going to put are you finished and question mark, and I'm going to put choice, and then I'm going to put yes, open up that bracket, and then I'm going to put go to ending, and then I'm going to close bracket, and I'm going to open up another one, press no, go to Q&A, and then close bracket, and then I'm going to create one more label, and let's do ending, and then let's do narrator. You obviously can do this however you want. This is just me being lazy. This is me being lazy. Narrator, we're going to put goodbye. Obviously, if I was having a real story, it will be more than just goodbye. I'd be like, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Whatever. Again, because I'm lazy, I'm just going to do that. So as you can see what I did here. Again, when I created the Q&A, I make sure to put it go to finished. Because if you put, like for instance, if you put your go-to, which is referring to a label, if I put the go-to and the label I want them referred to, if I put it at Q&A, it's going to be kind of like an infinite loop, and it won't get them out of there because there's no way for them to kind of go from 1, 2, and 3. They kind of have to go back and forth. So that's why I put go to finish. So all they have to do is after they answer this question, it will be like, are you done? It'll be like yes or no, and then if they're not finished, they can go back. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and like I said, I did put if they click yes, they could put ending, and I'll make another label, and it says ending, and then I put goodbye. If this were you, you can put, like I said, a nice heartfelt message, maybe put some graphics, do whatever you want, make it yours, it's your thing. And I think this is perfect, like a perfect easy Q&A for your readers. Again, you can add as many questions or as little questions as you like. You can also do have them support you with gems if you want. this is all up to you. I do have a video on how to add that. You can, I'm going to link that as well if you want your supporters or readers to support you with gems. But again, really super easy Q&A. If you have any questions on the Q&A, or if you're getting errors, remember, like I said, sometimes if the choice font don't kind of look a little slanted like this, maybe try pressing enter a couple times, because once I'm too close to the dialogue, it looks kind of regular, like regular dialogue here. But once I press enter a couple times, it looks pretty regular to me. Uh-oh. Yeah, it looks kind of regular to me. So try that, see if it works. And then see if you get some errors. Again, make sure you have some dialogue before the choice. Otherwise, you're going to get an error. Make sure you Make sure you're spelling your labels right and using them correctly. Like I said, make sure you press go to whatever label you want them to refer to. If you don't want, unless you if you don't want them to kind of be in like this infinite loop, make sure you do those labels right. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. This is a quick little video. If you have any other questions in regards to episode, let me know. I will do my best to answer them. I will try to come out with another video sometime this week. I appreciate you guys, and